let me ask you this. If you were putting together a church planting team, say to do church planting in really anywhere, but say in an inner city cross-cultural setting, what would you see as being the ideal makeup of the team? What would you be looking for in the people that you would bring onto that team? Could you share that with us?
Oh, well, that's a big question.
It is.
What would I look for? I would look for people who are demonstrating spiritual maturity, not spiritual perfection, and recognizing at different ages people can be realistically expected to have certain degrees of maturity. So being realistic, I would look for people who are showing real signs of growth. I would look for people who are teachable. I'd look for people who fully recognize what they know, but recognize even more what they don't know and have an eagerness to learn. I would look for evidence of spiritual gifting. And whilst I fully recognize that much of our discipleship is done in areas where we're not particularly gifted, I believe everybody is gifted, and I'd want to get a sense of what that particular gifting is. I would also want to make sure they were team players, that they were not egotists, that they were not cowboys, that they were not people who thought that they themselves were going to change the world, but they were humble, that they were relational. I would also look for people who like people and whom people like. That's the two critical things. Do you like people? Do people like you? I would also look for people who have a degree of stickability. The sort of people who don't just pick up and run with something until it gets uphill and then quit, but people who can press through and who've shown signs that they have the ability to finish what they've started. Now, if that isn't enough, that probably, I think it is enough to be going on with.